Hey guys, welcome to Ask the Vet episode 11. Episode 12 even. Sorry. I'm gonna have to change the description on this in a minute then. Let me have a look. Can I do that while I'm on here? I don't know. Let's see. Nope. Oof. I'll have to figure that out afterwards. Yeah, welcome to Ask the Vet episode 12. I don't know, it doesn't look like we've got many people on here currently, so we'll give people a couple of minutes to join. And then obviously we'll talk about everything that's going on here, which is quite a lot. So yeah, we'll see. Wait for a few people to join, and then we can have a chat about everything that's going on and what we've been up to over the last few days. So yeah, we've had an interesting 24 hours, as I'm sure you're all aware. So in case anyone doesn't watch the news, it's been a couple of weeks that the US have been building up their military presence in the area in the Middle East and in the Gulf. So our intel was that something was going to happen. We just weren't sure when. We knew it was going to be soon. We just weren't sure how soon. There's been a few times in the past couple of weeks where it's been looking like it's about to happen and it hasn't happened. And then yesterday morning at about 8 o'clock, Israel launched some strikes against Iran and against Tehran, which the US then admitted that they were also involved in. And then Iran obviously retaliated. So yesterday there was quite a lot going on. Obviously Israel, the US and Iran kind of throwing bombs at each other. And Iran also ended up retaliating by targeting US air bases and airports in surrounding Middle Eastern countries, especially countries with kind of quite progressive views, I guess. So they hit sort of Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Oman was hit, which was quite a surprise to everyone, I think, because they're kind of allies with Iran. And Iraq, we did have some missiles here, so we had quite a few down in Baghdad, and the pro-Iranian militias down in federal Iraq have also said that they are going, power's just gone out, they are going to back Iran. Hi Sheila, sorry. Yeah, so the pro-Iranian militias in federal Iraq have said that they're gonna back Iran, obviously. So there's that going on, and then we have had quite a few missiles over Erbil and kind of trying to get to the airbase, to the US airbase, which is next to the airport, and also the airport. Most of them have been shot down and intercepted. I think a couple may have hit places, but I'm not 100% sure on my intel there. There's not a huge amount going on in the British news about Iraq. It seems to be more focused on Dubai, Oman, kind of those areas. Yeah, they're not really mentioning Iraq at all, but Iraq has been attacked by Iran. We have had missiles here. We have seen a few, and my, friends all over Erbil are saying that they have hi, wow, Ukraine Animal Shelter. Oh, it's so nice of you to join us. And yeah, my friends all over Erbil are saying that they've been seeing bombs and things like that. So, and drones being shot down in the air. So we did have a quick discussion yesterday morning when the first strikes against Iran happened. We had a quick discussion about whether I needed to get out the country or anything like that. But it was decided that actually it was much safer for me to stay in place rather than try and cross borders and travel through disputed territories and things like that, when militias are going to be kind of rallying and things. So I have friends in the consulate, and I have private security friends and stuff. They're all keeping me updated. And their kind of advice from the consulate is shelter in place, try to avoid unnecessary trips, and just kind of keep an eye on the news and everything like that. So we are safe here. It's been very quiet today. My friends in Erbil have seen missiles and things like that today. We've had nothing out here where we are. So hopefully that continues. And yeah, so it was confirmed today that the Iranian supreme leader has been killed. So really it could go one of two ways. It sort of depends how Iran responds, and if it looks like there's going to be a regime change and kind of the introduction of more moderate policies, or if it's going to stay a very similar regime, and if they're going to continue retaliating, basically. There's various different views on what's going to happen. Hi, Hein. Hein probably knows more than me about all this, but I think Pakistan currently, so Pakistan is one of Iran's big allies. They're currently fighting a war with Afghanistan, so Iran is missing one of its key allies, which might help our cause, or the cause that America and Israel are on. Definitely not necessarily our cause. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting time. And everything today has been fairly normal at the shelter. Last night, the dogs were very riled up. I had to have an extra dog in my section because she kept getting beaten up. Every time the missiles would fly over. Hi, Hader. Really lovely of you to join us. Hi, Alison. Give me 2 seconds. Someone's just come to pick up some cats. Hey, guys. Can you come to clinic and grab some cats to give back to Cameron, please? What was I saying? Yeah, it's been very quiet here. Last night, there were... the dogs were very riled up. I had to have one of the extra dogs in my section because she was getting beaten up quite a lot. Every time a missile flew over, or you heard a missile go off or a drone get shot down or something, she would kind of get beaten up, and the dogs would all kind of get riled up. So it was a bit of a hectic evening. Once we got to sleep, I actually slept really well. Louise slept really well. The two in the small, those two. So that's kind of what happened. We actually didn't see any maulings or any injuries yet today on the dogs from the getting riled up or anything like that. I did have a question earlier about how the dogs were getting on and everything.
Which one's in which cage?
Either in either cage.
Now she wanted them putting in the correct cages.
Did she? When did she say that?
Yesterday. Because they came from different areas. The picture.
Sorry guys, 2 seconds. Let me just... Yeah, so I did give one dog something to calm her down. Yesterday, because she does get very stressed by thunder. She hides a lot and things, and we were a bit worried about her injuring herself trying to get out or anything like that. But,
I'll deal with it.
Yeah, if you can just help Louise. Okay, thank you. But she actually, when I woke up this morning and checked on her, she was actually fine. So yeah, hi Alison. We are all safe. Everything's been quite quiet overnight. Well, sort of during the day today. there have been things going on more towards the city, but everything here has been quite quiet, which is good. So the dogs have calmed down a lot over the last sort of 12 hours, which is nice. We're basically just waiting and seeing how this pans out over the next 24 hours. That's going to be the key sort of time to see what Iran does, which direction they want to go in, and whether this is all going to be sort of over quickly, like in Venezuela, or whether it's going to drag out a bit longer. One of the kind of concerns going forward, I guess, is insurgencies and things, sort of going on for quite a while after the fact. But yeah, we don't really know. We're just kind of waiting and seeing, really. But we're all safe. The dogs are all good, and they all, they were all safe last night, which is good. Hi Shima, yes, we do perform cat surgeries. If you go to our website, you'll find our, or if you message us on here, you'll find our email, or you can message us on Facebook or Instagram, and we can try and arrange an appointment if you have cats that need sterilization. We're unable to transport them, so you would have to bring them to the clinic. But otherwise, yeah, we absolutely do that. And we also vaccinate and microchip them as well. So that's sort of the main thing. I think Nick asked, did the open day encourage anyone to volunteer? I think some people who used to volunteer came to the open day, and it was really nice for them to see how everything had changed over the last sort of 4 or 5 years. And we did get some donations. I was actually really impressed with the open day, because I honestly thought no one was going to show up, and quite a few people did, and that really meant a lot to me. It meant a huge amount to the dogs, obviously, and yeah, it really did mean a lot to me. And we were really pleased with the turnout, which was really lovely. So yeah, that was that. Just 2 seconds. I just need to take a photo really quickly, actually, of these two. Sorry, guys. Very, very busy day. So just trying to get some cats out the door. They were supposed to go home yesterday, but then obviously, because everything going on, we decided to keep them overnight so that people didn't have to be driving out to get them and stuff like that. Hi, Louise. Yeah, currently we're all safe. Everything has been fairly quiet out where we are today. We are a bit outside of the city. People who are closer to the airport and closer to the city have been hearing some sort of drones overhead and things being intercepted. So it's a bit of a just kind of wait and see, really, which is sometimes the worst thing. You kind of just want to know. But I have I have no intentions of leaving, current intentions of leaving sort of before my contract ends, but I have made sure that obviously my van and everything is ready in case I do need to make a quick getaway. The airspaces are all closed, so that's not an option at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Tina, is the new vet taking over from you? I think, I hope he is. I think he probably is, but he hasn't officially accepted anything yet. So they are waiting for, before this, he was supposed to go home yesterday, actually, so he's sort of been stuck in the country. But he's staying with a friend, luckily, which is nice for him. So the sort of plan was that he would go home yesterday, and then Louise would send him through an offer and everything, and they would chat about it and stuff. But obviously he's still here. I think he might come in tomorrow to kind of help out and things as well. So yeah, I hope he is. He's not accepted an offer or anything for sure yet, but I hope he is. He seemed to really enjoy his time here, which was really nice. So fingers crossed, he seemed to get on well with everyone and do really well, and we were really happy with him. So hopefully he'll be taking over. Yeah, so that's kind of an update on us. I don't know if anyone else has any specific questions to ask about the situation or any of the dogs or anything like that. Everything is, a little bit hectic. We also had a shore post delivery today, so the clinic is a bit of a mess. And we were sort of finishing up these surgeries and things from yesterday. But yeah, other than that, it's been fairly chilled. Like I say, advice is just to shelter in place, avoid unnecessary travel, and kind of otherwise continue as normal. The main risk to us here would be kind of shrapnel and things like that, which is very unlikely. We're quite far from the airport, so that's quite good. But yeah, definitely an interesting time to be in the Middle East, but then I guess that's kind of standard for the Middle East, probably. Yeah, and I hope everyone else who's watching this from the country is safe as well. Patty, what are you being told about the situation, how long it might last? We don't know how long it might last. When it all kind of kicked off yesterday, it was looking like it would last quite a long time. But given that Iran has confirmed the death of its supreme leader, and things have been a lot quieter today. We are thinking that it actually might be over quicker than we thought. It very much depends on Iran's next steps. Are Iran going to take, now that their leader is dead, are they going to take a more moderate sort of policy, more moderate government and things, or are they going to stick with the same kind of hard line and kind of strike back hard? And those are things that no one really knows. Yeah, Rum's here. Come here, Rumble. My two were very chilled last night. It was almost like nothing was happening. But yeah, it was, so no one really knows. Like I say, things have been quite quiet today. There have been more strikes in other areas of the Middle East, places like Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Oman. So I think it depends how those countries react as well. And it depends, she's so confused currently. And it depends how Iran responds to the death of its leader. There are a lot of people who supported him. He had a lot of supporters in a lot of militias in a lot of the surrounding countries around Iran. So it slightly depends on those as well, because obviously there is risk then of instability in the area with local Iran supporting militias kind of coming back to the fore, I guess, would be the concern. So yeah, we're staying where we are. We are not going to be running to the border anytime soon, but we've got everything prepped just in case we do need to make a quick getaway. And yeah, that's where we're at. But I have, like I was saying, Patty, earlier, I have friends in various security companies and the consulate and stuff, and they're being very good. They're keeping me updated. They're letting me know what's going on, and they've sort of said that they'll all let me know if it gets to the point where I need to get up and leave quickly. We have contingency plans in place and everything as well. Because this has been coming for sort of a good few weeks, so we have had some warning. We do know it's sort of been a possibility, and obviously since the 12-day war last year, it's kind of all been on everyone's minds. So yeah,
No.
probably sounds a lot more intense on the news than it actually is. But yeah, some of my friends have some cool videos of drones and stuff being struck down, which is quite cool. I'm trying to see if anything else has happened in the last 20 minutes, but no, nothing's really happened. So other than that, update, World Spay Day went really well. We did 22 dogs, which was really, really good, amazing. We had loads of volunteers. It was a really long day, but it was really, really good. It was amazing. And then we had the open day on Friday, which was really lovely. I know a couple of you came to that, which again, we really, really appreciate. It was really, really kind of everyone to come and
So is it all 4 of these cats?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
There is a cat in here.
No, he's over here.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
All right, take those 2 and then come back to these 2, please.
What was I saying? Yeah, then we had the open day, which was really nice, very successful. Obviously, Andy's been here this week. He is stuck in the country because the airspace is closed. So I think he's going to be here tomorrow, probably. I mean, as soon as he can leave, he will. Because he's obviously got stuff to sort at home and everything. So we're just kind of waiting to see when the airspace closes. I know the US consulate is closed for 4 days, I think, so it might be that the airspace follows that, but we're not 100% sure. We're just kind of following local intel and local news and things. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. It's been a busy week. You can probably see from my face that I look exhausted. I am. So yeah, it's been a busy week, but we're doing good here. We're just kind of muddling through, as we always do. And yeah, that's not gonna lie, it's been a little bit stressful. A little bit stressful. But I think part of it is the unknown that's a struggle. If we just knew what they were going to do and where, how long it was going to last and everything like that, that would probably be a bit easier. But you kind of had this really intense day yesterday, and then today's been a lot quieter, and you kind of feel like, oh, was that it? Or is there going to be more? Is it? So yeah, it's been interesting. Yeah, I think, Hein, we will tell Andy to consider the Turkish border if the airspace stays closed for quite a while. I think the advice yesterday was to stay away from the Ibrahim Khalil border. So that's sort of why I, didn't really want to go either. So yeah, but that is obviously a route if it doesn't look like the airspace is going to close in the next few days. Yes, both of those, yes, thank you. And yeah, hi Viv. I will definitely tell Louise that Ginger and Shadow say hi. Hi Zubaida, I hope you're safe. We missed you today. Zubaida was here on World Spay Day and the open day, and she's actually started volunteering for us every day, but obviously today, yesterday she was here, but left quite quickly, obviously, when the bomb started, and we told her not to come in today. So yeah, but hopefully if everything stays quiet, she'll be in tomorrow. I don't know, Zubaida, let me know. It would be lovely to see you again, and I hope you're staying safe. Mariel, yeah, we're doing fine. Everything has been it's been quite an intense 24 hours. Lots of kind of adrenaline and news on in the background. And really funny story actually was that so as many of you probably know, America has been building up its military presence in the area for a couple of weeks. So we've known something's going to happen for a while. Like I said, I've got a couple of friends in the consulate and the and security forces, and they've been slowly pulling people out for the last couple of weeks, and they've all kind of been saying something's going to happen. And so then when it did happen, I sent a message to my family on our family WhatsApp chat, and I said, hey guys, just in case you're watching the news, like, don't worry about us. We're pretty safe currently. We're just kind of waiting to see what happens and everything. And all of my family replied saying, no, we don't watch the news. What's going on? In fact, I don't think they even replied. I think I then had to call my parents and say, hey, Iran have retaliated. Like, there have been bombs going off around me. And my parents were like, oh, wow, yeah, we haven't been watching the news. So, so I don't actually know if I just made their day way worse, and maybe I shouldn't have told them, and then they just would have been living in beautiful, ignorant bliss. But yeah, that was quite funny, because all of my friends here, my Western friends and stuff, were all getting hit up by their friends and family back home, and yeah, my friends and family don't watch the news clearly and had no idea what was going on. I did start getting a few text messages last night from friends, and this morning. So yeah, I think once people started realizing, but there's also nothing in the British news about Iraq. No one's saying in the British news that they are bombing Iraq, which they are doing. They're sending drones. There are drones. I have videos of missiles flying overhead. So not really sure why that's not been covered in the news. Maybe it's because it's kind of a given that they would attack Iraq, whereas places like Dubai and Abu Dhabi and Oman haven't ever really been attacked before, and so they're kind of the new ones. But yeah, that's quite interesting. But yeah, I've had a couple of people kind of asking me if I'm going to head home. Like I said earlier, no plans of doing that yet, but I did make sure that my van got serviced and oil changed and topped up with fuel and everything today, so it is ready to go if I need it. But no plans to cut my contract short as of yet. On that note, I realised today that GP News covered Iraq yesterday. Ooh, okay, maybe I'll have a look on their thing. I'm kind of sticking to BBC News, but yeah, they're being very quiet about Iraq. Yeah, on the note of me leaving, I realised today that my last day here is in 4 weeks. 4 weeks, because I've got a couple of days holiday to take, so I'll take them at the very end of my time here. And so my final day here will be the 28th, which is in 4 weeks, which seems very, very short. And it actually hit me on Friday at the open day that I was leaving. And it was a really weird feeling. Really sad feeling. I love it here. I've loved working here. I think I have realised over the last couple of days how tired I am, and how difficult it is for me to do sort of the things that I really enjoy, that aren't kind of going out and, you know, visiting bars and things like that, because there's not a huge amount else to do here, especially at the moment. You know, going into the mountains is a definite no-no and things like that. So it will be nice to get back to a more outdoorsy lifestyle. I know my dogs will love it, which but I will really, really miss it here, and it will be weird to see someone else doing the work that I used to do, I guess. But Andy is lovely, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. I know he'll do a great job if he decides to take the job. Mario, yes, they have been aiming missiles at the airport and the US base next to the airport. We are about 9 kilometers from the airport, so we're quite far. I have friends that are sort of 3 kilometers from the airport, so they've been seeing a lot more action than we have, but good for us, because we're kind of out of line of fire, which is quite good. Where is home for me? Patty, so my parents were born in Cambridge. I have a little house in Wales, but for the last sort of 18 months, 2 years, I've been living in my van. So I have my van out here with me. And so my sort of plan when I leave here is to go home, so go back to the UK for a bit. So it'll probably take me a month to get back to the UK. Then I need to stay at my parents while my van gets all sorted. It needs a proper service and MOT and everything, which will probably take a week or two, and probably a lot of money, sadly. And then I'll probably try and do a little road trip up through the UK, through Scotland, and then my plan is to head over to Scandinavia for the summer, and locum there. I don't know where, I don't know what practice or anything. There's a company that organises locums for practices in Scandinavia, so I'm just waiting for them to kind of get in touch with me, and hopefully get something organised for that. So that'll be really nice. Yeah, it doesn't sound very far, but it's far enough that we've, you know, really not seen. I mean, there were a couple of kind of strikes yesterday that sounded like they were super close, but realistically, they're all quite far away. I will try and upload some videos of missiles and stuff to my Instagram later, but also don't really want to worry my family and friends too much. But yeah, me and Seamus were sat up on top of my van last night watching them, watching a few of them. There weren't that many. So yeah, that's sort of an update from us. And we will, yeah, go from there. Oh, Tina mentioned me in a comment. Do they upset the dogs? Yeah, they did last night. They did last night a bit. Like I was saying earlier, I had to bring one of the dogs into my section overnight because the dogs kept beating her up every time they heard a missile land or one of the drones overhead or something. Then they got really riled up. So I did give one of the dogs a mild sedative because we know that she hates thunder, and so drones and bombs and things not going to sit well with her. So we gave her some sedative, and actually when I checked on her this morning, she was absolutely fine. She'd just slept through the night, which was really lovely. She hadn't even hidden. She was just on her normal bed, which was great. Anyway, it's been so lovely to see you all, and to chat to you all, and to give you all an update and let you know that we're all safe and sound here. We will, of course, keep you all updated. There are no plans for any of us to kind of leave or anything like that in the imminent future, but obviously if anything changes, we will let you know. It's a very fluid situation, but yeah, currently we are all safe and just kind of sheltering in place as per the advice. Do those sedatives work for people? Sadly, I've not tried. Yeah, I've stayed away from those, but yeah, I wish we could. But yeah, I'll head off now, guys, but it was really lovely to see you all. So grateful you all joined. Grateful to everyone in country who came to the open day. And yeah, sending all of our love to all of you, and just letting you know that we are safe, and we are all doing fine out here. All right, see you next week, guys, same time.